Hello everyone, this is a great opportunity for us to catch up with Felix and Bona about their plans to head to Albania and begin the project that is called Axios. So this is a short interview, catch up. So Bona and Felix, how are you doing?
Good, thanks.
We're doing
thanks
well,
for
thank you.
meeting with us.
Superb. And this is going to go out to our life groups and others within the church community and beyond that as well. But Bona, maybe you can start by giving us an update on what you're going to be involved in when you get to Albania.
Yeah.
So that we can understand more.
Well, one of my passions started 2 years ago is coffee. One idea always has been to have a coffee trailer. And it's not just to have a coffee trailer, it's a dream. But I think Albania is one of the highest coffee drinker countries in Europe. So coffee will be a good way of starting conversation, inviting people to talk and chatting between them. Also pointing people to the church and having little conversation, sparks of the gospel through the coffee. So our plan is to have a coffee trailer. We are kind of making it look like a nice trailer.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So no more English tea.
No.
It's all
we
about
can provide English tea.
I think that might be good as a little
Yeah.
look. Have it.
Yeah.
But either way, coffee, a trailer, so
Yeah.
you're mobile.
Yes.
Yeah.
And who would you be particularly seeking to connect with?
Well, just young people and women, especially young ladies that don't have, they mostly are at home. So that coffee would be a good way to connect with them because they are kind of isolated at home. After they finish high school, there's not much opportunity. So they will be not just meeting with them, but also providing a little bit of a training how to make coffee because in the summer it's a lot of opportunities for work in Albania. It's a tourist destination. So there will be a little bit of pointing them to do something in the summer.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really helpful.
Yeah.
And Felix, how are you going to be involved?
Yeah, so it's been moving quite rapidly, the developments on our workshop. So this is the second key ministry. So both focus on practical ministry. Bona's running the coffee outreach for the women, and I'm heading up the Axios workshops. So the workshops are in the process of being built at the moment. And it's really a safe space that young guys can come and just express themselves in a practical way. We've got arts and crafts. There's a place a bespoke place where people can actually work on their own vehicles. So young men can come in and we can talk with them, and they can we can actually raise their vehicle up and diagnose problems, so that then they can then go and fix those problems, saving them money and really basically giving them an opportunity to get involved themselves and do practical work, building bridges to share the gospel, basically. So it's really just anything that can provide pathways to relate really deep relationships. And we found in Albania, cars have really been a key factor. So coffee and cars is kind of our Axios.
And that's probably a great way of describing you two, isn't it? I think we all know Bona for her coffee making skills and yourself for your car fixing, buying, selling, and all the rest. So that sounds like a really good fit, but also super relevant for Albania. And I think you shared back in the autumn about this idea of community development and gospel outreach.
Yes.
But it's through relationships. Are you doing this in isolation, or have you got any groups that you're going to be working with in Albania?
So we're working together with the local church. That was key for our ministry, that we had really good relations with the local church. And we've just really seen that blossoming in the last visit. We went over with Josh and Danny and did a 4-day work stint, really hard physical work and lots of meeting with young men and talking. But the church was so supportive of this, and as they saw this practical ministry opening, they were literally standing there watching us work and just looking at it, going, okay, wow, this is going to be different. This type of evangelism is going to be different, and they're really backing us 100% at the moment. And we've got the Torchbearers Bible College. village in the other side of Albania that have really come behind us and want to support us and send us really out there with their blessing and their accountability as well. So we've really got these three factors in place. We've got our home church where our heart is in Barton, and then we've got the local church in Delvin where we're going to be serving, and then we've got the oversee of the Torchbearers International. So we've managed to get those three all working together, driving in the same direction. So that's great.
Superb. So things are really coming together.
Yes.
And we're into the last couple of months now.
Yeah.
So Bona, how are the next few months looking for you and Felix?
Well, it's exciting also for me it's a little bit detaching myself from this. It's a little bit more harder than I thought it will be, because I'm so connected with people, and it's been like, sad and exciting. Not sad in a kind of, get away from what you love the most. It's a little bit difficult, but the people have been amazing. And then when we went to Albania, I received a great, the way I said I was coming back to Albania, I was received differently this time, so people were more excited. The pastor wife Monda, she said, I can't wait for you to work with you. So these things like young girls and like these little bits of receiving me as the part of community is very exciting.
Great. Well, I'm glad you're going to be really well received when you get there, but understandably also there's a sense of it's hard to leave a place you love and are a part of community, and we feel that too. And so Felix, what are the plans the next few months?
So the next few months, it's the countdown's begun. It's 65 days until the day that we're being sent by the church here by Barton. So we really have some more ground to cover. So with yourself, we're gonna and Bona and some friends from a church in Cardiff, we're gonna head out to Albania in February and just do another tour of the Bible College and the church and have some more meetings and just make sure everything is covered, that we've thought about everything and that everyone's expectations are in the same page. So then there's going to be that trip, which we're really praying on that trip we can also do some physical work, and we've got the car ramps to actually put upright. They're currently in the workshop at the moment, lying down. So we are all, hopefully we're going to round up about 5 or 6 guys, and we're going to lift them up, put them upright, and drill them into the ground. So
okay, wow, some physical work, and now I need to keep going to the gym, don't I?
And then obviously we're just going to carry on, try and not detach ourselves from what we're doing here. So it could be easy to have our minds so set on what's happening there to forget what's happening here. But we just want to take it day by day and live in the moment here. Up until the very day that God is calling us there. Yeah. So
and I think that's great. We care for you guys, and your spiritual well-being, your spiritual preparation has been building up as well, and it will be easy to get consumed by the practical tasks that involve in moving from one country to another. But there's lots going on, and your life groups, I know, at the life group you're in with us, and also the Potters and the Reeds Sturry life group are going to be a main point of support, and the global mission team have been speaking into this, as well as the elders. One other thing that's coming up is there's a Albania fundraiser night on the 1st of March. And what are you hoping that will achieve?
So the 1st of March, Bolton under Blean Village Hall. We're just hoping that people will invite people to come, that we can really fill that hall that night, and that we can just give real clear information on what Axios is all about, on the mission itself, on the work that we've already done. So there'll be videos, lots of time lapses from Josh doing some really hard work out there, and lots of things like that. So there's going to be traditional food, there's going to be some traditional dancing, just a really nice evening to get together, have fellowship, and really focus on the mission that God has called in Albania.
Excellent. So let's make sure we put that in our diaries. 1st of March in the evening.
1st of March.
So we've got that coming up. If people want to find out more, there's a website that you guys have pulled together. Remind me of that.
www.axioussouth.com. AXIOS South.com.
So more information there, and and that we'll be actually sending you out on the 23rd of March, I think it is, as a service where we commission you to be our mission partners.
Yeah.
So lots going on. Maybe you can just think of 2 or 3 prayer points before we finish up.
Yeah, so I mean, well, we'd continue prayer for Clement and Monda, the pastor and his wife in Albania, because they are they've been so key to this, his heart to see lives transformed in Albania, and his openness to involve us, to involve Barton, and to work together. The second in Albania would be a young man called Murray Glenn. He is an orphan. He grew up in a children's home, and he is becoming more and more part of Axios to the extent where he's a practical young man. He's got lots of experience working with cars. He wants to know Jesus. He's been in the church for quite some years, but he's just kind of on the outskirts, and he's at a point where us coming is a kind of deal breaker for him, because he's like, I want some practical young things to do, and involving Mary Glenn in Axios has been we've been really praying about it, and really he's really fitting for getting involved. So we would just really prayer for him that his spiritual growth as a new Christian would just be good, and God can really bless him and oversee him until we're there, and with Clement and myself we can really give him guidance, and then obviously the transition. So moving. But
also remind me of Solomon became a king. He prayed and said, God, give me wisdom how to do all of this. So one more prayer would be wisdom. Because all these things happening, but we shouldn't forget that the wisdom comes from above, and we ask God for guidance and wisdom.
Oh, thank you so much for filling us in. And our life groups today will be in prayer for you, but then as a church we'll carry on praying for those things. The pastor and church in Delvin, in Albania, Mary Glenn, the transition to be the final plans to come together, and then wisdom in your own spiritual well-being. So thank you so much.
Thank you so having us.
People will be praying shortly. Thank you.
Thank you.